10 Noblest Nobel Prize winners of all time. Number 1 is Albert Einstein. Who better to commence this rundown than maybe the most popular research? Number 2 is Marie Curie and Company. Marie Curie was the primary individual to win 2 Nobel Prizes, and is one of just. Number 3 is Sir Alexander Fleming and Company. The 1945 Nobel Prize in Physiology or Medicine went to Sir Alexander Fleming, Ernst Chain and Sir Howard Florey for their. Number 4 is Hermann Muller. In 1946, an American named Hermann Muller was granted the Nobel Prize in Physiology or Medicine for finding that radiation causes changes. A scholar by preparing, he spent the 1920s exploring the impacts of X-beams on different creatures and in 1926 found a reasonable connection between radiation introduction and deadly transformations. In the next years, Muller worked vigorously to promote the grave perils of radiation introduction. At the point when his work was perceived by the Nobel Committee, it caused public to notice the well-being impacts of atomic aftermath, particularly in the wake of the 1945 nuclear bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki. For the rest of his life, Muller was a main voice in the mission against atomic weapons testing and attempted to defuse the danger of atomic war. Number 5 is Watson, Crick and Wilkins. Francis Crick and James Watson won the Nobel Prize in Physiology or Medicine in 1962 for their revelation that DNA is molded like a two-fold helix. Maurice Wilkins imparted the prize to them for creating probably the most punctual proof on the side of their case. He utilized a method called X-beam crystallography to outline the state of the DNA atom. Their prize remaining parts dubious in light of who was left off the rundown of honorees. Watson and Crick framed their theory on the state of DNA in 1953 simply in the wake of investigating a X-beam diffraction picture of DNA taken by a biophysicist named Rosalind Franklin a year sooner. The picture was appeared to Watson and Crick without her insight. Franklin had just composed a draft of her paper on the helical type of DNA before Watson and Crick composed theirs, however her commitments were neglected for quite a long time. Franklin was always unable to put forth her defense to the Nobel Committee. Watson, Crick and Wilkins got the honor 4 years after she kicked the bucket. Number 6 is the Red Cross. The International Committee of the Red Cross has won the most Nobel Prizes of any one element or individual. It won peace prizes in 1917 and 1944 for its work during the First and Second World Wars, and a third peace prize in 1963. Alongside the League of Red Cross Societies, denoting the 100th commemoration of its establishing. During the Universal Wars, the Red Cross visited and checked the POW camps of every single fighting gathering, coordinated help for regular citizen populaces, and managed the trading of messages with respect to countless detainees and missing people. Number 7 is Martin Luther King Jr. At 35. The Reverend Martin Luther King Jr. turned into the most youthful individual to get the Nobel Peace Prize when his work to end racial segregation in the United States through peaceful methods was perceived in 1964. His I Have a Dream discourse, which he conveyed 1 year sooner from the means of the Lincoln Memorial to a horde of 200,000, was nevertheless one of numerous popular and persuasive addresses King gave as a pioneer in the social liberties development. Number 8 is Werner Heisenberg. Heisenberg got the Material Science Prize in 1932 for finding the fundamental standards of quantum mechanics, the guidelines that oversee the conduct of subatomic particles. Quantum mechanics totally changed our comprehension of the real world. It says that light, electrons, iotas and, for sure, everything act at the same time like particles and like waves. The alleged vulnerability guideline follows from that. It expresses that it is difficult to know with wonderful exactness both a molecule's position and its speed. Know where a molecule is, and you have no clue about where it is going, or how quick. One more inquisitive part of quantum mechanics is that it shows there is no reality, at any rate not on the nuclear scale, that exists freely of our perceptions of it. Number 9 is JeanPaul Sartre. Sartre was one of the main figures in 20th century French way of thinking, especially Marxism and existentialism. He was granted the 1964 Nobel Prize in Literature however rejected it, saying he didn't wish to be changed by such an honor and didn't have any desire to favor one side in an East versus West social battle by tolerating an honor from an unmistakable Western social establishment. Sartre distributed his composition on existentialism, being and nothingness, in 1943. Together, he and French creator Albert Camus, who won the Nobel Prize for Literature in 1957, advocated the existentialist development, which underscored the experience of living as opposed to zeroing in on general facts or good commitments. Number 10 is Mother Teresa. Mother Teresa, a Roman Catholic religious woman of Albanian identity and Indian citizenship, established the Missionaries of Charity in Calcutta, India, in 1950. She went through the following 45 years tending to poor people, wiped out, stranded and biting the dust, while administering the Missionaries of Charity's continuous extension all through and past India. At the hour of her demise in 1997, there were 610 missions in 123 nations, including hospices and homes for individuals with HIV, infection and tuberculosis, soup kitchens, kids and family directing projects, halfway houses and schools. Mother Teresa won the Nobel Peace Prize in 1979.